Bob Mueller's departing remarks on the Russia probe have reignited the impeachment debate, but he also wanted to make something else very clear, a warning about what happened in the election and what could happen again.
Russian intelligence officers who were part of the Russian military launched a concerted attack on our political system. The releases were designed and timed to interfere with our election and to damage a presidential candidate.
Experts warning Trump's administration not doing enough to prepare for this in the next election. The Times reports Trump's own chief of staff warned the Homeland Security chief to avoid even bringing up election interference because it might anger the president. I'm joined now by former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul. Thanks for being on this special. Viewers have come to know your voice and your expertise. You may be one of the most visible former United States ambassadors to Russia in American history because of how central this has been, sir. So, big picture, what did you see as important in Mueller's emphasis on Putin's activities in that departing press conference?
Well, I'm glad he reminded the American people of the fact that we were attacked by Vladimir Putin and his agents and his proxies and his military intelligence officers. I would go further to say and to remind your viewers that the Mueller report only talked about some aspects of what the Russians did because he was focused on criminal activity. But in addition to stealing data from the DNC, from John Podesta, and publishing it in a way to help one candidate, Donald Trump, and hurt another, Hillary Clinton, they also had a big effort with disinformation on social media. And then another piece that the Mueller report didn't talk about is they had conventional media, Russia Today, Sputnik, on YouTube, on other platforms, trying to influence the course of this electoral outcome. That is a big deal. I'm glad he reminded people of it.
And this part is and should be the least political and partisan of any of this. Everyone understands there's politics on both sides when you investigate a president. We just showed some of that in the show. But this is about a foreign adversary. And yet even here, there are experts who say that Mr. Barr seemed to downplay that in a political way as compared to Mueller, who was the one doing the fact-finding. Take a look.
The central allegation of our indictments that there were multiple, systematic efforts to interfere in our election. And that allegation deserves the attention of every American.
During a campaign, foreign governments make and foreign citizens frequently make a lot of attempts to contact different campaigns.
The Attorney General obviously has a key national security role and now has new classification authorities. Well, what did you think of the way he put it just there?
He's completely downplaying what happened. That's just one aspect of what happened in 2016. It's not the most important thing that happened. And by being so nonchalant about it, he's not identifying the national security threat. And I'm glad you mentioned that. It's not a Republican threat. It's not a Democratic threat. It's a national security threat. And what's troubling about it is that we haven't done much to protect us in 2020. And I just want to remind, the Attorney General and everybody else, why are they assuming that the next foreign adversaries are going to be on the side of President Trump? What about the Iranians? Facebook just took down a bunch of stuff that the Iranians did. Do we think they're going to be weighing in favor of President Trump? So this is not a partisan issue. It's a national security issue. And we got to get serious about it before the next electoral cycle.
Right. And whatever else one thinks of Bob Mueller, he's held the post. He's been in the room, FBI director. And his one and only remarks here, breaking his silence this week, was hammering Putin for anyone who would listen. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.